Hello everyone, welcome. If you're not already there, take your journey into your comfortable seat. You might want to cross the legs, extend them out in front. Just do whatever feels best in your body today. Placing your hands down onto your thighs and gently allowing your eyes to close. And just take a few moments here. Start to feel as though you are rooted down through sit bones toward the floor. And perhaps at the same time, there's almost this energetic pull of the crown of the head up toward the sky. So finding as much length through the back of your body as you can. Feel the shoulders softening away from your ears, maybe just relaxing the muscles in your face. Jaw softens. And as you find physical stillness through your body, start to notice the energy in your body settling as well. A sense of arriving on your yoga mat. A sense of moving out of whatever else has been going on for you already today. Letting go of the anticipation of your practice or of the events of your day to come. And simply arriving in the here and now. And as we begin to check into this present moment, allow yourself to simply observe. Let go of the labels that you want to use, like I feel tired or I feel achy. And just start to scan through, perhaps first on a physical level, noticing the spaces in your body and what you're holding on to. Is it that there is tightness and tension? Or are you feeling open, spacious, and ready? And it's okay if you're not. Where are you energetically? Does the mind feel foggy? Does it feel like you've got that little hamster wheel going on in your brain? It's just moving from one thing to the next to the next. Or is it easy to perhaps observe your breath and allow any other random thoughts to pass through? Checking in on emotions without getting caught up in the stories of how you came to feel the way that you do. So as we fully do our best to arrive in our mat and in this moment, allowing our practice to be a full body experience. Body referring to the physical body and also the energetic body as well. Perhaps even our emotional bodies. When we know where we're starting from, then it's a lot easier to make those kind of shifts in our practice. There's been lots of high energy events going on over the last few days. Solstice, solar eclipse, new moon, lots of bits and pieces going on that might be affecting our energies, our abilities to concentrate, maybe our abilities to sleep. I've certainly been feeling that. So just acknowledging that sometimes things are out of our control. But we can always take a moment to check in and notice what we can let go of. So if we're setting intentions for the coming month, With the new moon in mind, maybe just contemplating a couple of things that you can shed this morning, layers that you can peel back. What is it that you can make space for by letting go of some other stuff? Emotions that we carry, perhaps unnecessarily, like shame or guilt, have an intention to let them go. A reoccurring thought in your mind, something that's bugging you constantly. On your deep exhale, have a sense of letting it go. So just for the last few moments here, bringing the hands to prayer position at your heart center. Bow your chin to chest and start to arrive at your Ujjayi breath or your deep yogic breathing. Observing the way the breath moves through the torso. If at all possible, ballooning the breath both into belly and into rib cage. And on your exhale, having that sense of just letting go. If there's anything else that you need to take into your intentions today, anything that resonates with you a little bit more, then please feel free to state them now in your mind. Working with them as our subconscious motivators. Staying connected to your deep breath, allow your hands to rest down onto your thighs. Begin to flicker open your eyes. And we'll just start off with a little neck release today. I'll mirror you. So nice big breath in. And on the exhale, allow the right ear to fall toward the right shoulder, opening up through the left side of the neck. And just see how much of the head you can let go of, how much of the neck you can soften. Let gravity help you out here. And if this is enough, stay as you are. If you want a little bit more, maybe you're bringing the right hand onto the side of your head. Resist the urge to pull or yank the head over to one side. Just let the weight of the hand open up the side neck that little bit more. Relax your jaw. Get into your breath. Maybe changing the sensation of your neck stretch by moving your chin down in the direction of your right armpit. Perhaps walking the fingertips of the right hand toward the base of the skull and then breathing into that space. What are you holding on to here? What can you let go of here? Release your jaw. Well done. Take the right hand down onto the right knee, tuck your chin to the center of your chest, and then start to send left ear to left shoulder. Head heavy, neck completely soft. Arriving in your deep breath. Give yourself a couple of breaths here. And then if you wish to take it deeper, this time it's the left hand onto the side of the head. Again, try not to pull or yank your head over to the side. Just let the weight of your hand open up the side neck a little bit more. Muscle fibers in the side neck lengthening, releasing tension, maybe on your out breath. If it felt good on the first side, walk your fingertips to the base of your skull and begin to turn your chin down toward your left armpit now. If the jaw is super tight, perhaps you're sliding the bottom set of teeth slowly from left to right, easing out that space in the body. Just listening to your breath. Well done. Take your hand down onto your knee. Bring your chin to the center of your chest. One hand comes onto the forehead. Just assist it back up onto the center line, and then rest the hands back down onto the thighs. Let's start to work our way down the body. So let's just start to circle through the shoulders now. Really scrunch them up toward the ears and then drop them down and back. So a few times, one direction, and then start to move your shoulders back in the opposite direction as well. You can make your circles as big or small as feels good for you. Just feel yourself starting to soften into that space, starting to mobilize into the shoulders. Good. And then find your way into stillness. Keep your hands onto your knees, and we'll start to take some seated cat-cows. So inhale to send the chest forwards, gaze rises, and exhale to round through the spine, tucking chin to chest, arch. Exhale, rounding. And just move at your own speed. Your breath to determine the length of your movements, of your transition out to you in your body. Then feel free to take them here. You might want to just exploring the spine. Again, see if you can keep that connect so you feel as though you're moving from a more intuitive place. Move into a little side stretch. Take hold to stretch your right arm alongside your, maybe you're looking up toward the top fingertips. One more deep breath into the right side body. And then we'll take it into a twist. So bring that right hand down onto the left knee. Left fingertips come behind you. Start to twist and turn. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you turn. Good. Breathe in. Come all the way back to center. Moving to the second side. Right hand, left ankle this time. Inhale, left arm alongside your ear. Giving yourself a moment or two to feel the opening through the side body. Grounding down through sit bones. Breathing into your rib cage. Another big inhale all the way up into left fingertips. Exhale to your twist, left hand to right knee, right fingertips behind you. Inhale to feel as though you're lengthening up through the spine, shoulders stack over hips. Exhale as you gently turn. Try not to pull yourself there, just making your way there in your own time and space. Well done. Breathe in, facing the front. If you're sat on anything, pop it over to one side for a moment. And let's make our way onto hands and knees. So hopefully upper body feeling a little bit warmer now. We'll find our way onto our all fours, spreading the hands and palms nice and wide. And just take a moment to really press down through the palms of the hands, arching between shoulders slightly and drawing in the belly. Now on your next inhale, stretch your right leg out behind you, pointing through the toes or flexing through the back foot. And as you exhale, draw the right knee to nose and round into center line. Inhale, reach the right leg out behind you. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, take it all the way across and underneath. Inhale, right leg stretches out behind. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Pause there, hug in. And then from there, I'd like you to step your right foot toward the outer edge of your right hand. So nice and wide stance. Next breath in, moving into easy twisting lunge variation. Stretch your right arm up toward the ceiling and open up through your chest, finding a twist. As you breathe in, stretch a little higher into right fingertips. As you exhale, bring your right hand down to the inner edge of your front foot and then breathe in to stretch your left arm high. Looking up to the left thumb this time, twisting through upper body. Soften shoulders from ears. Deep belly breathing. Inhale, stretch up to left fingertips. Exhale, lower left hand down to the floor. Now begin to heel toe your right foot in between your hands. Take it into a low lunge, so sink a little bit lower into the front knee and then reach the arms up above your head. Inhale, press down through the sole of the front foot. Exhale, draw the outer left hip forward slightly and then squeeze into your glutes and allow the pubic bone to sink down toward the front heel. Any issues with your knee, make sure that right knee remains stacked directly over right ankle. Otherwise, you can sink a little bit deeper and let the knee move forwards if you prefer. Just breathing into left hip flexor, wishing it good morning here. Inhale. Exhale, take the hands down to the floor. Moving into your half split, take your bottom back to roughly stack over the back knee. I always like to wiggle that right foot further forward slightly. Fingertips to ground, inhale, lengthen through your chest. Now exhale, flex the right toes back toward you. Nice big breath into the calf, into the hamstring. Soften through the elbows and forward fold. Now don't worry about trying to drag yourself deeper here. We're still warming up, so just allow the body to move where it needs to. And meet any resistance in the back of your right leg with your breath. Well done. Inhale, lift the chest. Ground the front foot back toward the floor. Tuck under your left toes and step back into downward facing dog. Send your bottom nice and high. Drop the head down, relaxing the neck. Maybe as it's our first downward facing dog today, just pedaling out through the feet. Welcoming a little bit more movement into the body. Think about spreading the palms nice and wide on the floor. Make sure there's no air underneath your hands, so you're really pressing down through the center of your palms. And then soften the shoulders all the way from the ears to make your neck as long as you can. Start to find your way to stillness. Inhale, ripple upper body forwards like a wave, finding your way into high plank. Pause there. Again, find that the tummy button's drawing in. Press down through the palms so you're arching between your shoulders. Now lower your right knee down to the floor, but keep your left leg as it is for now, and then lift your left toes away from the mat. Taking ourselves into the second side. Deep breath in. Exhale, left knee to nose, round in. Inhale, stretch your left leg out behind. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. See if you can almost make that little tap underneath you. Inhale, left leg reaches out behind again. And this time on your exhale, left knee, left elbow. Give it a tap, pause, and then lower your left foot to the outer edge of left hand. Breathe in, stretch your left arm to sky, open the chest, allow your gaze to follow your left thumb. And exhale, lower your left hand to the inner edge of your front foot and lift your right hand up and away, twisting in the opposite direction. Slide shoulder blades back and together, look up. Inhale to right fingertips. Exhale, lower right hand down to the floor. Take your left foot in between your hands now. Finding your low lunge, sinking a little bit deeper into the front knee as you reach up through your arms. Now breathe in, strongly press down through the front foot. And then exhale, squeeze into your glutes. Maybe you're sinking your pubic bone a little bit deeper down. And take your breath into your right hip flexor. Now, if this space feels really tight today, that's fine. Just have an intention to exhale slightly longer. So starting to work with our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest. As soon as we start to switch it on, then we're almost triggering the body to automatically soften and release. One more nice deep breath in. Exhale, hands touch down to the floor. Find your way into your half split. So take the bottom back to stack over the back knee. Maybe you're kind of shuffling that front foot a little further forwards so the left leg can become straight. When you're there, inhale, lift up through your chest. Exhale, soften through your elbows and start to take your forward fold. You might tuck chin to chest to lengthen the back of your neck. If you did on the first side, I'd recommend really flexing the left toes back towards your shin and just breathing into whatever you're holding onto in your calf. If you want to get a little deeper into the hamstring, think about the outer right hip wrapping forwards. It's like you're trying to square both hips to the top of your mat. Maybe even close your eyes. What else is there to explore in the body? Where else can you soften and release? Breathe in, lift the chest, ground the front foot to floor, step all the way up and back and find your way to downward facing dog. Again, take a little pedal out through the feet if that feels good. Hopefully the legs are feeling a little bit more balanced now. And then when you're ready, take your body into stillness, press chest towards the thighs, bottoms high. Inhale, ripple upper body forwards into your high plank. Exhale, lower both knees down to the floor. I want you to come just halfway down. So hug the elbows tight to side waist. Allow the upper body to hover away from the floor. Keep squeezing the elbows in. One more in breath. Exhale, press the mat away. Come back up to all fours. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Send chest back to thighs. Couple more times like that. Inhale, ripple forwards into high plank. Exhale, lower just the knees down to the floor. We're coming halfway, draw shoulders away from ears, hug the elbows to side ribs, pause there, tuck chin to chest. 3, 2, 1, press the mat away, come up to all fours, tuck toes, ripple back through the spine, downward facing dog. Twice more. Now, if you can lift the knees away from the floor and take more of a full chaturanga, please feel free. So inhale, coming forwards. Find your high plank. You can drop the knees if needed. Otherwise, keep them lifted. Come halfway down to find your full chaturanga. Hold. If the knees are lifted, squeeze inner thighs together. Really activate your legs and then press the mat away. Come back up to your knees or high plank. Exhale, downward facing. Sigh out through the mouth if you need. Last time, I promise. Inhale, ripple forwards, high plank. Exhale, either lowering the knees or coming halfway down, finding chaturanga. Hold. Inner thighs squeeze in, shoulders away from ears. Deep breaths in. Full exhales. Good. And then press the mat away. Come back up to your tabletop or your high plank and then back into downward facing dog. Well done. Inhale, soften into your knees. Look towards the hands. Walk the feet forwards and find a little forward fold here. Feet are a good hip distance apart. Soften into the knees and let the upper body hang. You might want to let the arms dangle. You might want to take hold of opposite elbows. Do what feels intuitive to you. And maybe there's a little sway to be had here as well. Just let your upper body, your torso just hang down toward the floor. Make sure that you're still breathing deeply into your belly. Good. Find some stillness. Release the grip on the elbows. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, starting to roll yourself up. Head is heavy. Shoulders roll back as you reach the top. Head is the last thing to arrive. Step the feet side by side, Tadasana. Grounding through the soles of the feet, shoulder blades draw back. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands come to Namaste at heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms above the head, gaze up to your thumbs. Exhale, soften the knees to forward fold. Hands reach down toward the floor. Inhale, ripple through the spine to find flat back. Lift the chest. Hands could be on shins here if that feels better. Exhale, forward fold and step back into your high plank. Let's move through a vinyasa from here. So if you're ready for full chaturanga, take it. Otherwise, drop the knees and then slowly and gently take your upper body down to the floor. Inhale your heart space forwards into cobra or into upward facing dog. And exhale yourself all the way back into down dog. Have that sense of really moving in time with your breath here. So don't rush the transitions, remembering they're just as important as the postures themselves. Let's take 2 more vinyasas. Inhale, ripple forwards into your high plank. On your exhale, either dropping the knees or moving through full chaturanga, do what feels intuitive. Inhale to cobra or lift the shins and thighs for up dog. And exhale yourself into downward facing. Last time, inhale, ripple forwards, draw belly button to spine. Exhale, lower through half or full chaturanga. Inhale, forwards into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, back into downward facing bottom high. Deep breath in. Full exhale, sigh it out if you need. Allow your breath to be your channel. So if that means sighing or maybe lion's breathing out, then feel free. Inhale, right leg lifts high. 3-legged dog. Now from here, I want you to take your right leg out to the side. So you're making almost like a capital L shape with your legs, and you're going to pause here. Now flex through your right toes nice and strongly, and try to keep the weight fairly even through both of your hands here. So you're not just dumping all of the weight into your right hand. Legs are active, nice deep breaths. Relax your neck. Good. Next, inhale, draw the right knee to your nose, round forwards, and move into fallen triangle. So you're taking the right leg all the way across the mat, over to the left side. Grounding the left foot maybe, inhaling the left hand to sky and opening the chest. You can always keep left hand to the floor if you prefer. Open up through the side body. Exhale, lower your left hand down to the floor. Take your right foot all the way between your hands and find your way up into warrior 2. Back foot grounds down, arms sweep all the way up and around. Sink nice and low into the front knee, soften through the shoulders. Make sure you've got that subtle external rotation in the front thigh by pressing through outer edge of right foot. Arch your arms, inhale, right arm to the sky. Bend your elbow to drop fingertips between your shoulders. Inhale to center of chest. Exhale, left hand sweeps around. Now, if you can't grab opposite fingertips, take 2 different spots on your top and draw the elbows wide in opposite directions. Breathe into the broadness through your collarbones. Now, exhale, draw in the belly, reverse your warrior. So lengthening through the right side body, reaching your right elbow toward the wall behind you, toward the back of your mat. Keep the belly in, we're opening up through the side rib cage. Legs are strong and steady, keep sinking into front knee. 1 more big breath in. Exhale, come up to the top, take the right forearm onto right thigh and sweep your left arm alongside your ear for side angle. Now you have the option to stay here. If you know that you want to come deeper, you could take right fingertips to floor or move into your bind. Wherever you're at, press your hips forwards and lean back through the upper body slightly. A sense of spiraling the heart space to sky, maybe even looking up towards your left shoulder. Big breaths here. Use the strength of your legs to stabilize you. 1 more full inhale. Exhale, look down to the floor, hands to the inner edge of the front foot, move on to the ball of your back foot. Now, few options here. Option 1 is to take your right hand to right ankle and just see if it's possible to walk your right shoulder a little bit further behind the right knee. Now you can stay there. You could bring your right hand down to the floor. So both hands are framing the front foot. If you know that you're working on your flying splits or if it's in your pose repertoire, for want of a better word. Squeeze the elbows in toward one another, lift that right foot away, and then see if you can float the feet away from the floor. Remember, wherever you're at right now is exactly where you need to be. Good, and from there, step yourself back into your high plank, take it through your vinyasa, or maybe come straight to down dog if you prefer. Big sigh out from the mouth as you move into down dog, let it go. Second side, inhale, three-legged left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot comes out to the side, so you're kind of making an L shape with the legs as you look back. Now make sure that the weight distribution in your hands is nice and even. Relax your neck and let your legs be powerful here. So you're flexing through your left toes and really pressing through the sole of the foot. Both kneecaps are drawing up so thighs are engaged. One more deep breath in. Exhale, draw the left knee into your nose and then take your left foot all the way across your mat for fallen triangle. So you're on the knife edge of the left foot, the back foot grounds, you could keep the right hand grounded or lift it to sky. Open up into side body, lift your gaze. Deep breaths here. Inhale fully. Exhale, right hand to floor. Step your right foot between your hands for warrior two. Rise on up. Take your time. As you find there, sink into the front knee, reach out through the fingertips. Get that feel of your nice, strong legs. Good, arch your arms, inhale, left arm lifts. Bend your elbow, fingertips between shoulders. Breathing in, exhale, right hand comes behind. So remember, if you can't catch your opposite fingertips, that's fine. You can hold on to your t-shirt here. Now draw the elbows in opposite directions. And breathe into that extra space that you've created in your collarbones. On your next exhale, really draw the tummy in here. Then reverse your warrior. So the left elbow reaches toward the back of your mat. So try not to kind of take it into a back bend here. Try to find the stretch in the left side rib cage. And if you need to deepen it, deepen your bend in the left knee. Good. Yeah, really nice alignment in your front knee, Alex. Well done. Another big breath into left side rib cage. Exhale, release the grip on the hands, left forearm to thigh, find your way into side angle, right arm alongside your ear. So spiral the heart space open toward the ceiling. And if you're moving slightly deeper here, you might be taking fingertips of left hand to floor. You might be taking yourself into your bind if that works for you. Allow the strength and stability of your legs to free up what you can do in your upper body. So if your legs are feeling super wobbly, it can be quite difficult to maneuver the upper body, to press the hips forwards, to roll the shoulders back, and to play around with the gaze. So just start with the legs first. And once you're in that space, then start to think, can I revolve my heart space? Can I press my hips forwards? Can I lengthen through the crown of my head? One more deep inhale. Exhale, gaze to floor, hands to the inner edge of the front foot. Rise up onto the back toes. Now taking yourself into that little aeroplane or flying split variation. So left hand to left ankle, and you're going to just snuggle your left shoulder a little bit deeper behind the left knee. So from there, if you can, bring your hands so that they're framing the front foot. Now, if you want to work on your flying split, think about your chaturanga arm. So hug elbows into center line. See if you can bring that left foot away from the floor, transferring the weight forwards, and then eventually the back toes will lift up and away from the floor. Nice straight legs, really reaching them apart. And then from wherever you are, step yourself back into your high plank and take it through your vinyasa in your own time with your breath. Maybe eyes are closed. From your down dog, just closing off your eyes, softening into your shoulders and reconnecting with your deep breath. Inhale, right leg to sky. Bend your knee to open up through your hip. Now see if you can take your right knee, right heel I should say, a little bit closer toward the left bottom cheek. One more deep breath in here. Exhale, draw right knee to nose. Now look forward, step your right foot between your hands. We're going to transition into a warrior three. I'd like you to interlace the hands behind your back and roll the shoulders back. And then from here, left toes will lift up and away from the floor. Press down through the sole of your right foot. See if you can keep both of your hips square to the mat. Deep breaths. On your next inhale, draw your left knee toward your chest. Come up to standing on your right leg. Take a moment there to get steady. You can either keep holding onto your left knee with your right hand and stretch your left arm out behind, or maybe take hold of the outer edge of left foot with right hand as you twist toward the left side. Keep pressing through the sole of the left foot if your left leg is extended. One more full breath in. Exhale, allow the upper body to move to face straight ahead, and then bend into your standing knee and take your left ankle across the right thigh if you can. Moving into Utkatasana variation, reach the arms up alongside your ears and sink nice and low into the standing knee. If you're just feeling a little bit too wobbly today, that's fine. Bring the left foot down to the floor. Either staying here or moving into a little forward fold variation, reaching fingertips down toward the mat. And then you can drop the head down, rocking the weight forwards into the ball of your front foot, of your right foot, I should say, and breathing nice and deeply into your left hip. Take one more full inhalation. Now exhale, look forwards, hands to prayer at heart center if you're in your forward fold to come up. Let's meet our friends back in Utkatasana. Step your left foot toward the back of your mat, hands to floor, and then come into three-legged dog, right leg reaches high. Now again, bend the right knee to open your hip. If you want to flip your dog into wild thing, please feel free, opening the heart space to sky, maybe gazing toward right fingertips. Another full breath in. Exhale, coming all the way back around for your vinyasa or for your downward facing dog. Just taking a moment in your down dog to reconnect with your breath. So again, just thinking about what you can let go of. Particularly when my balance starts to waver in my practice, my mind starts to go everywhere and it just distracts me even more. So if that sounds a little bit like you today, that's fine. Just try to stay connected with the sound of your breath. See if you can listen into it. Second side, inhale, left leg high. Bend your knee to open up the left hip and pause there for a moment. Think left heel traveling to right butt cheek. Big inhale. Exhale, taking your left knee to your nose and stepping your left foot between your hands. Now finding our way into that warrior three variation, interlace the hands behind you so that the chest is open, and then from there, step the back toes up and in. There we go. Try to square your hips down to the floor. Drishti, gaze on one still spot. Listen to your breath. Okay, right knee to chest, rise up so we're standing on our left leg. Good. Okay, take it into our standing twist. Left hand to right knee, right arm out behind, or if you can take hold of the outer edge of your foot and press the sole of your foot forwards, you're very welcome. Take your time. Focus on the sound of your breath and keep your gaze on that one still spot ahead of you. Utkatasana variation. Bending the right knee, taking the right ankle over the left thigh, reach the arms up alongside your ears and sit nice and low into your chair. If it's too wobbly or if the right knee doesn't like it, bring the sole of your right foot to the floor and just find normal Utkatasana. Good, now from here, forward fold, hands touch down toward the floor. Relax the neck, let the head hang. Breathing into outer right hip. Try not to lock out the left knee here. So keep a mini bend in that left knee so you're not hyperextending into it. Good, one more full inhale to center of chest. Exhale, look forwards, hands to prayer, starting to make your way back to your Utkatasana. And then from there, let's all lift that right foot toward the back of the mat, hands touch down to the floor, three-legged dog, left leg goes high. Bend the left knee to open your hip, and maybe you're flipping your dog into wild thing, lifting up through the hips, moving your drishti toward left fingertips. Open your heart space to sky, really press down through the feet. Flipping your dog, either taking it back through downward facing or straight into your vinyasa. Give yourself a moment here in your down dog. Sigh out through the mouth, lion's breath, whatever it is that you need to do right now. We're so used to kind of containing our emotions or our feelings in everyday life. In certain scenarios, perhaps it's not always appropriate to let people know how we're feeling. So just letting your yoga mat be the space where you can express yourself however you need to. Really nice. Okay, inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale to fallen triangle. So right foot comes across the mat again. Come onto the knife edge of the right foot, left hand high or on the floor. Or if you're taking your little side plank variation, take hold of the right foot with left hand and then stretch the sole of your right foot toward the top of your mat. Maybe you're gazing underneath the left armpit. Well done. From wherever you are, take your hands to the floor, step your right foot between your hands. Now a little transition into cow face pose here. This is a bit of a funky one. So we're going to tuck the left knee directly behind the right and start to sit down on our butts. Yes, well done, perfect. So if this doesn't feel good in your body, you can either stretch that left leg out along the floor, or you might even take the sole of the right foot flat to the mat if you prefer. But if you can, outer edges of the feet flat to the floor. Inhale, stretch up through the arms, look up, and exhale, let's forward fold from here. So keep your butt completely glued to your mat and hinge yourself forwards in the upper body. So it might be that you kind of move like a centimeter further forward from the vertical, and that's fine. If you've got a little bit more space in the hips and the glutes, then just walk your hands a little bit further forwards. And when you reach your edge, tuck chin to chest. Get into your breath, forget about trying to pull yourself deeper into the pose. Let it happen naturally. That is something that we're not very good at doing. Always wanting to kind of create the ending to whatever we're working on in our lives. So let go of that. Just be where you are right now. Breathe into the stretch, whether it feels really excruciating this morning or whether it feels like a really good release. And if it doesn't feel right, then just change what you're doing, adjust. What I do in my body will look different to what you do in yours and how it feels. So just always taking those moments where you can just adapt. Two more big breaths here. Okay, inhale, slowly start to walk yourself back up. So if your left leg was extended along the floor, then just tuck the left heel into the outer hip. Now I've learned a new posture here, so I'm going to just introduce it to you guys today. So I want you to lift your right leg up and bring it kind of on the vertical. If this angle isn't possible in the right knee, you can just simply hug the right knee into the armpit and hold it there. But otherwise, I want you to imagine that you're carrying firewood. So you're going to bring that right shin into the crook of the elbows, and you're going to begin to take a little bit of a rock from left to right. So we're just opening up into the outer right hip. Good. I think my connection might be bad today. I can see you guys struggling a little bit, so I'm sorry about that if that's the case. So find your way into stillness now and try to get your upper body square to the space in front of you. I kind of tend to want to do this, so try to keep your chest forwards. Now keep your left arm as it is, stretch your right arm up behind you, and we're going to move into those archer arms. So reach your right hand toward the back of your shoulders, and you can either stay here or you can try and take the bind and reach for the opposite fingertips. So if that's not possible for you, I actually like to take hold of the back of my skull with my right hand and just draw up to create more length in the spine. But if you can make the connection between the fingertips, again, try and keep the upper body square toward the space in front of you. That's it. Nice. Really good, Abby. Excellent. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out, releasing whatever you're holding on to in that outer right hip. One more breath. Gorgeous. Release the hands, coming into double pigeon. So you're going to bring that left shin nice and parallel to the front edge of the mat and rest the right shin on top. Now that might feel horrendous for some hips, so if it does, right shin comes in front of left. Let's twist. Inhale, right arm to sky, lengthen up. Exhale, either bringing the right arm into the sole of the left foot, or if you want to deepen, bring your right elbow there, press the palms together and turn. Inhale, lengthens, and exhale, belly softens, upper body twists. One more. Inhale, start to bring yourself forwards to face the front. Either sweep the legs around or cross at the ankles, step back either through your vinyasa, or if you're vinyasa'd out, come straight back into down dog and just take your moment or two there to connect with your breath. Wipe the slate of your mind clean. Whatever kind of judgmental or critical thoughts are coming up, let them go. Arrive in the here and now once more. Okay, final side. Inhale, stretch left leg high. Bend your knee to open up your hip. Left knee to nose round forwards. Fallen triangle, so left leg comes across the mat, ground the back foot to floor, right arm high. If you can take your side plank variation, take hold of your left foot, stretch it forwards, look underneath your armpit, say good morning to your right armpit. Good. And then release whichever variation that you have, stepping your left foot in between your hands. Taking our little funky transition into cow face. So this time it's the right knee that kind of nestles in behind the left, and we're coming down to sit on our seat. So again here, try to have the outer edges of the feet to the floor, but if you have to extend that bottom leg out for comfort, feel free to do so. Exhale, root down through the sit bones as you forward fold from here. And it might be hands to floor, it might be that you're walking your fingertips out a little further. Close your eyes and identify where your edge is in this posture. And if it's not as far as it was in a previous practice, that's okay. Just take a few moments here to tune in. Relax your jaw, maybe open the mouth, sighs out, screams out, whatever needs to come out for you today. One more big breath. Well done. Gently walk the hands back towards you. Lift up through the chest. So let's start to make that Z shape with the legs. Tuck the outer right hip, heel in if you haven't already. So you're either hugging the left knee into left armpit, or you're starting to bring your left shin more parallel to the front edge of the mat. And you're either working there or you're carrying your firewood. So you're bringing your the crook of the elbows underneath the left shin and just starting to take that little rock from left to right. So just easing out the left hip. Maybe you're moving with breath, particularly if you're holding a lot of tension in this space. Find stillness. Try not to have the upper body facing the side wall. Try to face forwards as much as you can. Right arm stays exactly where it is. Thread your left arm out, reach up. Think about archer arms, left fingertips toward the back of the shoulders. If you can make the connection between fingertips, then do. And then try to take the upper body to face forwards. If you can't, take hold of the back of your neck with your left hand and lengthen up through the back of your body. And wherever you're at, you're just giving your attention into the outer left hip. Left side body, feminine side body. What's coming up for you here? What can you release and let go of? Soften your jaw, 2 more big breaths. Beautiful, let go. So we're coming into our double pigeon now. Right shin comes parallel to the front edge of the mat. Left shin stacks over the top, or you're taking left shin in front of right if that's just a bit too much for the hips today. Right fingertips behind you. Inhale, stretch up through the left arm, find your length, and then exhale, left arm to the sole of the left foot, or if you took the elbow the first time, then feel free to here. Anchor your seat into the floor. Inhale, lengthen through spine. And exhale, start to unwind. Keep that breath really moving all the way through the torso, all the way into the belly. Starting to stimulate our digestive system maybe. Get the synovial fluid in the spine moving so that we're really strengthening and protecting our spine. One more full inhale. And exhale, turn to face forwards. Well done, everyone. Give your legs a good old stretch and shake if you need. And we'll move into Navasana, boat pose from here. So draw the knees into the chest, hands either behind the thighs, or if you want to, you could reach the fingertips forwards, maybe even extending the legs if you're feeling nice and strong this morning. Just holding it here for a couple of nice big breaths. Think about chest and thighs traveling towards one another, really strengthening our hip flexors. And then exhale, come to low boat. Just hover the upper body a little bit away from the floor. Keep the tummy drawing in for 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down onto your back. Well done, everyone. Have a moment here. If it feels good to take a final happy baby or maybe a final twist, then just do whatever you need to do. The energy in your body to settle. And whenever you're ready to come into your final Shavasana, whatever that looks like for you today, then feel free. So if there's any discomfort in the low back, the feet might be mat width with knees together. You might have soles of feet together, knees wide, legs extended along the floor. Or if you'd actually prefer to finish in a seated meditation, then that's also totally fine too. Wherever you end up, close your eyes. And for one final time today, give yourself permission to let go. So in your own time, starting to draw awareness back into your hands and feet. Perhaps there's a little wiggle to be had through the fingertips and through the toes. Maybe taking those movements up into the ankles and the wrists, and eventually into a nice full body stretch. So if you're lying down, the legs stretch out along the floor, the arms reach up over the head like you've just woken up. Exhale, draw the knees into your chest. Just rock over to one side just for a moment. Hit that hypothetical snooze button for a final moment. And give yourself an opportunity just to acknowledge what you've achieved today, both on and off your yoga mat. Feel as though you have made space in your physical and energetic body for whatever intentions that you have in the rest of your day. And whenever it feels good for you, find your way up to a comfortable seat. So you can keep your eyes closed as you arrive. The hands meet at prayer at heart center, the chin bows to chest. Let's just seal in this energy that we've created in our practice today with the sound of Om. If you'd like to join me, nice deep breath in through your nose. Om. With gratitude to every one of you for joining me this morning. What a pleasure. Bring your prayer hands up to the space between your eyebrows, lengthen tall. Peace in your thoughts. Prayer hands in front of your lips. Peace in your words and in front of your heart. Peace in your actions. Namaste, everybody.